To make transport more inclusive for everyone, we definitely need to change the way we make decisions and the way we plan transport. Historically, transport has been planned and has been designed usually by white privileged men. And we need to be more inclusive of other communities that are users and that are also other stakeholders in the transport sector that need to be included. So people with disabilities, people from different economic and social backgrounds, women, even children, for example, aging population, drivers and other stakeholders in the process. So if these opinions and these needs are taken into consideration, the transport sector will definitely be more inclusive. I spoke in the panel about the informal transport sector, and usually when we talk about transport, we talk about transport users' needs. And in the Global South, we are noticing that informal transport, which is the majority of transport that's being used, especially in places where there's no opportunity, there's no public transport, and informal transport is basically a transport that comes up because people provide a service to connect people when there's no infrastructure or there's no public transport. And these are individuals. These are individuals that are usually part of the community. They're usually socially or economically vulnerable. Usually they don't have high levels of literacy. And they are also facing the digitalisation gap. And we need to focus also on these drivers and operators' needs, especially in the Global South, because these new technologies are coming up, super apps and transport apps, and they are generating a lot of vacuums in these systems and a lot of gaps for people who are providing a service historically and that now have to adapt to a new system. It's really interesting to see that these ways of closing the gap don't really come from the government or from the platform apps. They come from the community. And it's really valuable how the drivers themselves have made use of other digital technologies like social media or WhatsApp or Telegram, for example, to connect with each other, to share tips, to share knowledge, to share best practices, and to protect each other as well. And we see now how there's also a new generation of drivers and operators that are probably younger, more tech savvy, and they are even providing services to older or less tech-savvy drivers, and they support each other to kind of close that breach. And that's fascinating. But also it's kind of unfair because those efforts have to come from within because there's no company or no government to take care of the drivers. The algorithms are focused on the user's needs, but they don't focus on the drivers, and they usually punish the drivers if they want to improve their working conditions or they need to satisfy certain needs. So it's really important to be able to sustain those communities and to listen to their needs and to listen to those solutions that they're developing. Some of them, for example, have developed apps that hack the app to, for example, enable drivers to rest in safe spaces with each other while waiting for a call or an order. Others have enabled drivers that are older or have sight issues to be able to see the notifications in a higher resolution. Others provide tech support, or if they have problems with their car or they break down, they can help each other. So these are solutions that are leveraging technology as well, but are based on community support. And so just mixing those two worlds is really important, and working with those communities to develop policy and to develop improvements in the current digital solutions is essential to make them more inclusive.